Have you ever paused for a moment, looked at your life, and quietly asked yourself, am I really on the right path? Not just in the eyes of people, not in the standards of society, but in the eyes of Allah. Because at the end of this journey, our destination is not the world. It's Jannah or Jahannam. Every one of us is walking a path. Some walk fast, some slow, some in the light, and some in darkness. The question is, not where you came from, but where are you heading now? What direction is your soul facing? Are your steps guided by your desires or by the light of the Quran and the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him? In this video, we will explore 4 powerful signs that show if you're truly walking the path that leads to Allah's pleasure. These signs are not just actions. They are deep qualities that reflect the condition of your heart, your choices, your patience, your courage, and your faith. They are mirrors to help you see your soul more clearly. You may not be perfect. None of us are. But if you see these signs in your life, even in small ways, then know that Allah is guiding you. You are not lost. You are not forgotten. You are being shaped, purified, and prepared for something far greater than this world. So stay with us till the end. Open your heart. Listen closely, because these signs may remind you of how far you've come and how close you are to the one who created you. Please like, comment, and subscribe to Deen Explorers for more inspiring Islamic content. 1. Your heart feels peace in worship. Many people search for peace in this world, but not everyone finds it. Some look for it in money, others in fame or fun, but the real peace, the one that touches the heart and calms the soul, comes only when you turn to Allah. When your heart feels peace in worship, it is not something small. It is a powerful sign that you are on a path that leads to the mercy of Allah. Worship in Islam is more than just prayer or fasting. It is a connection between you and your Creator. It is a private conversation, a sacred meeting between your soul and the one who gave it life. When you feel peace in Salah, it means you are not just moving your body, your heart is involved. That moment is special. It cannot be bought and it cannot be faked. It is real, deep, and beautiful. This feeling is not common to everyone. Some people pray and feel nothing. But if you are someone who smiles after making dua, if your eyes tear up when you hear a beautiful recitation of the Quran, or if you feel a strange kind of joy while remembering Allah, then your heart is responding to the truth. There are people who live far from religion, but when they come close to worship, something inside them wakes up. That something is their soul. It was made to worship Allah. The body needs food, but the soul needs remembrance. And when it gets that remembrance, it becomes alive. This is why worship brings peace. You may not have a perfect life. You may be facing stress, loss, or pain. But even in those moments when you stand to pray, you feel stronger. That strength is from Allah. It's His gift to those who turn to Him. Sometimes we think we need to change everything around us to feel peace. But the truth is, peace starts inside. When your heart is right with Allah, everything else becomes easier to handle. Worship is not just something you do. It is something that shapes you. It makes you patient, kind, forgiving, and thankful. When you truly worship, it doesn't just change your day, it changes your heart. There are moments in worship that are full of power, like when you are in sujood and you whisper your pain to Allah, or when you raise your hands and ask for something only He can give, or when you read a verse in the Quran and it feels like Allah is speaking directly to your heart. These are signs of guidance. These are signs that your heart is walking in the right direction. You didn't force that feeling. You didn't pretend it. It came naturally. That is the beauty of worship. It connects you to your true purpose. You were not made to run after the world. You were made to remember your Lord. This peace is a blessing. It doesn't mean your life is perfect, but it does mean that your relationship with Allah is alive. And when that relationship is alive, you can face anything. You can face pain, you can face fear, you can face loneliness, and still have light in your heart. Worship gives you that light. It's the kind of peace that money can't buy and no person can give. When your heart feels peace in worship, be grateful. That is a gift many people are looking for. It means you are not walking in darkness. It means Allah is guiding you gently. It means your soul is responding to the call of truth. Do not take that feeling lightly. Nourish it, protect it, stay close to it, because that peace is proof that you are close to the one who created you. 2. You are always trying to improve. One of the most powerful signs that you are on the right path in Islam is your deep desire to keep getting better every day. You may not be perfect, and you may make mistakes, but something inside you pushes you to do better. That silent voice in your heart telling you, you can be more patient, you should pray on time, or you need to fix this habit. That voice is a gift. It means your soul is awake. It means you care. It means you are growing. Improvement in Islam is not about being perfect. It's about the journey. It's about taking one small step after another, every day, toward becoming closer to Allah. If you wake up every morning with a feeling in your heart that says, "Today, I want to be a better Muslim," then that is a clear sign that you are walking on a blessed path. It doesn't matter if others see your growth or not. What matters is that you and Allah know it. Trying to improve means you reflect on yourself. You ask questions like, was I kind enough today? Did I waste time? Did I do something that displeased Allah? This self-check is not a sign of weakness. It is a sign of strength. Only a heart connected to Allah can look inward with honesty. Only someone guided can feel the need to change and become better. You may find yourself working on your prayers. Maybe you didn't used to pray regularly, but now you're trying to be consistent. Or maybe you're focusing on praying with more concentration. You might also be trying to clean your speech, avoiding lies, gossip, or harsh words. You could be struggling to control your anger or learning to forgive. These are not small changes. They are signs of light entering your soul. Improvement is not a straight road. Sometimes you fall back, but the important part is that you get up again. You feel pain when you sin, not because you're bad, but because your heart is still alive. A dead heart doesn't feel pain when it sins, but a living heart feels guilt, and guilt is the beginning of change. You may not feel proud of where you are right now, but be proud of how far you've come. Maybe you used to waste your nights in useless things, but now you're trying to read Quran or learn something about Islam. The world may push you to quit. You might hear voices that say, you're not good enough, or you'll never change. But remember, every big tree started from a small seed, and every strong believer started from a first step. What matters is your effort, your sincerity, and your trust in Allah's mercy. Allah does not expect perfection from us. He knows we will slip. He knows we will struggle. But He loves the ones who keep returning to Him again and again, no matter how many times they fall. Every time you decide to become better, you are walking closer to your true purpose in life. You are pleasing your Creator. That's what matters most. You should know that when you try to improve, Allah sees it. Even if nobody else sees your struggle, He does. He sees the tears you cry at night. He hears the du'as you whisper in the dark. He knows the battles you fight inside your heart. And He promises that no effort of yours will be lost. 3. You stand firm against wrong, even when it's hard. One of the clearest signs that you are walking the right path in Islam is when you stand firm against what is wrong, even if it costs you comfort, popularity, or ease. Standing up for truth is not always easy. In fact, sometimes it is one of the hardest things to do. But when you choose to stay loyal to what pleases Allah, even when your heart is shaking, even when everyone else is choosing the easier way, that's a powerful sign of faith. There may be times when people around you are doing things you know are wrong. They might laugh at someone, backbite, lie, cheat, or hurt others. In those moments, you may feel pressure to join them or stay silent. But if your heart tells you, no, I cannot do this, this is not right, and you listen to that voice, then you are on a noble path. That moment, when you choose what is right over what is easy, is not just a small decision, it's a sign of spiritual strength. It means your faith is alive and active. True believers are not those who follow the crowd. They follow their conscience, even if they have to walk alone. When you stand up for justice, kindness, truth, and fairness, even if it brings hardship, you are living the message of Islam. Sometimes standing firm means saying no to a friend when they invite you to something wrong. Sometimes it means walking away from a job that earns haram income. Other times it means refusing to lie, even if that lie would make life easier. These are not just small acts. They are proof that your soul chooses Allah over this world. And every time you make that choice, you are protected by His light. You may feel alone sometimes. People may not understand you. They may laugh at your decisions or question your faith. But remember, being right does not always mean being popular. Truth often stands quietly, while falsehood makes noise. But at the end, truth always wins. Allah sees your courage. He knows what you give up for His sake, and He promises that He will never forget it. Being firm against wrong does not mean being harsh or rude. It means being clear in your values, gentle in your words, and strong in your actions. It means that your loyalty is to Allah, not to people's opinions. It means you don't change your principles just to fit in. Even if it makes you feel isolated, know that Allah is with you, and if He is with you, then you are never truly alone. The world today often tries to make wrong look right. Sins are painted as fun, and truth is sometimes mocked. But if your heart feels uncomfortable when something is wrong, and if you step back because you fear displeasing Allah, then that feeling is a sign of purity. It shows that your soul is connected to your Lord. You may struggle. You may fall and rise again. But if your heart remains committed to standing firm, even when it's difficult, then you are among those who are truly guided. Strength does not always look loud or bold. Sometimes it looks like silent patience. Sometimes it looks like walking away. Sometimes it looks like choosing prayer over popularity. And all of that is strength in the eyes of Allah. 4. You trust Allah in every situation. One of the most beautiful and powerful signs that you are on the right path is when you place your full trust in Allah, no matter what you are facing in life. Whether you are going through ease or hardship, success or failure, joy or pain, if your heart whispers, Allah is with me, then you are not lost. You are guided. You are safe. Trusting Allah, this is not just a feeling. It is a deep peace that lives inside your chest, even when everything outside you feels like it's falling apart. It is when you don't understand why something is happening, but you still say, I know Allah has a reason. It is when you're standing in the middle of a storm, but you raise your hands and say, Ya Allah, I leave it to you. When you trust Allah, you stop worrying about things you can't control. You stop trying to fix everything by yourself. You realize that your job is to try, to make effort, to stay sincere, and leave the rest to the one who controls the heavens and the earth. This kind of trust is not weakness. It is the strongest kind of faith. It means you believe that Allah knows your heart better than anyone, that He sees what no one else sees, that He plans with love, not with cruelty. You may face loss, you may face betrayal, you may feel like your prayers are not answered right away. But if your heart keeps saying Allah is enough for me, then that's the voice of real Iman. That is the voice of someone who is walking on the path of true belief. You may cry, but you don't give up. You may feel pain, but you don't complain about Allah. You may fall, but you fall into sujood, not into despair. That's trust. That's tawakkul. Trusting Allah doesn't mean you will always get what you want, but it means you believe that what Allah gives is always better. Sometimes He delays something because He wants to protect you. Sometimes He takes something away because He wants to give you something better. Sometimes He closes a door because He wants you to turn toward Him fully. And if your heart understands this, then you are already walking on the right path. The world may try to shake your faith. People may tell you that you need to take shortcuts, break rules, or stop praying. But if you choose to trust Allah's way, even if it's longer or harder, then you are not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Trust builds patience. It builds strength. It builds light inside your heart that can't be stolen. Maybe you're waiting for something, a job, a spouse, healing, forgiveness. Maybe you're struggling with a hidden pain that no one knows about. But if you say, Ya Allah, I know you're with me, and you keep going, then Allah is guiding your every step. You are not lost. You are being shaped. You are being loved in the most divine way. Even when your dua feels unanswered, keep making it. Even when the path feels empty, keep walking it. Allah tests those He loves, not to break them, but to raise them, to draw them closer, to give them something better than they ever imagined. And if you didn't see them yet, don't be sad. It's never too late. The doors of mercy are still open. The Quran is still speaking to your heart. And your next step could be the beginning of your journey back to the straight path. Always remember, the path to Allah is not walked by the perfect. It is walked by the sincere, the one who keeps trying, the one who stumbles but never gives up.